Impact of the Fair Housing Act. Despite the historic nature of the Fair Housing Act and its stature as the last major act of legislation of the civil rights movement, in practice, housing remained segregated in many areas of the United States in the years that followed. From 1950 to 1980, the total black population in America's urban centers increased from 6.1 million to 15.3 million. During this same time period, white Americans steadily moved out of the cities into the suburbs, taking many of the employment opportunities blacks needed into communities where they were not welcome to live. This trend led to the growth in urban America of ghettos, or inner-city communities with high minority populations that were plagued by high unemployment, crime, and other social ills. In 1988, Congress passed the Fair Housing Amendments Act, which expanded the law to prohibit discrimination in housing based on disability or on family status, pregnant women, or the presence of children under 18. These amendments brought the enforcement of the Fair Housing Act even more squarely under the control of the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development, HUD, which sends complaints regarding housing discrimination to be investigated by its Office of Fair Housing and Equal Opportunity, FHEO. After 1988, could we say walk-in closet? We were not sure. Could we say city light views? We were not sure. Could we say great family home? We were not sure. Many brokers and boards of realtors struggled with what was acceptable, and the National Association of Realtors, NAR, was slow to provide any guidance. In 1989, the Arizona Republic and Phoenix Gazette, a print newspaper in the Phoenix metro area, had a list on the inside cover of the Sunday real estate section of words, terms, and phrases we could not use in our classified or display ads. Then, shortly after that, the Arizona Association of Realtors, AAR, provided a color-coded list of words, terms, and phrases that we could, should not, or could not use. That list was color-coded into 3 sections: green, yellow, and red. Those that were in green were allowable, those in yellow we were cautioned against, and those in red were a no-no. The 3 phrases above were all in the red section. Sadly, the list of words, terms, and phrases in red far surpassed those in yellow or green. As a result, the real estate ads became very generic without any descriptive phrases. Then, in 1991, the U.S. Justice Department came out with a directive, as a result of requests from the NAR, which essentially brought us back to 1987. We could say walk-in closet or great city views without fear that we were discriminating. But for 3 years, we were limited in what we could say in our ads. It has been more than 2 decades since the federal fair housing laws were amended, yet as of January 1, 2011, the National Association of Realtors amended Article 10 of the Code of Ethics and added sexual orientation as the 8th protected class. Then, in 2013, NAR added a 9th protected class, based on gender identity. Article 10. Realtors shall not deny equal professional services to any person for reasons of race, color, religion, sex, handicap, familial status, national origin, sexual orientation, or gender identity. Realtors shall not be parties to any plan or agreement to discriminate against a person or persons on the basis of race, color, religion, sex, handicap, familial status, national origin, sexual orientation, or gender identity. Amended 114. Realtors are, in their real estate employment practices, shall not discriminate against any person or persons on the basis of race, color, religion, sex, handicap, familial status, national origin, sexual orientation, or gender identity. Amended 114. Standard of Practice. 10.1.1. When involved in the sale or lease of a residence, realtors shall not volunteer information regarding the racial, religious, or ethnic composition of any neighborhood, nor shall they engage in any activity which may result in panic selling. However, realtors may provide other demographic information. Adopted 194, amended 106, Standard of practice. 10-2. When not involved in the sale or lease of a residence, realtors may provide demographic information related to a property, transaction, or professional assignment to a party if such demographic information is a. deemed by the realtor to be needed to assist with or complete, in a manner consistent with Article 10, a real estate transaction or professional assignment, and b. is obtained or derived from a recognized, reliable, independent, and impartial source. The source of such information and any additions, deletions, modifications, interpretations, or other changes shall be disclosed in reasonable detail. Adopted 105, renumbered 106. Standard of practice. 10-3. Realtors shall not print, display, or circulate any statement or advertisement with respect to selling or renting of a property that indicates any preference, limitations, or discrimination based on race, color, religion, sex, handicap, familial status, national origin, sexual orientation, or gender identity. Adopted 194, renumbered 105 and 106, amended 114. Standard of practice. 10-4. As used in Article 10, real estate employment practices relates to employees and independent contractors providing real estate-related services and the administrative and clerical staff directly supporting those individuals. Adopted 190, renumbered 105 and 106. For the first time in decades, the National Association of Realtors is 2 steps ahead of the federal law by adding the 8th and 9th protected classes prior to the federal government enacting similar laws. Although Congress had a bill earlier in 2010 to amend the federal laws, that bill never made it to a vote. So, for now, and possibly for some time to come, the Code of Ethics and the federal law will differ. Nonetheless, any realtor is bound to follow the Code of Ethics and would be prohibited from discriminating based on any of the 9 protected classes.